And here's the major problem. It's canon. You're gonna die. I don't want to hear it. Law should die here. Yeah, I'm saying it. I want to go through this video and talk about some of the major plot points that occurred in this chapter, because this is one of these chapters that, well, you just had to be there, kind of. Oda's unloading the clip. That's all I can really say, because that's all that's really happening at this point. And you guys, you read it, you understand it, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. Now, I've seen some people talk about how things seem too rushed. What is wrong with you? Sit back and enjoy the ride. There's no problem here. Oda he's fine, flourishing. All right. Now, sometimes I skip over the cover page. This is not 1 week where I'm going to skip over the cover page. I mean, the cover story, it is juicy, cold, icy, one could say. And I feel like I'm losing my mind. All those are references to the cover page just because Aokiji, more than likely, took away pudding and he left Cracker with a crooked feather thing. All right, I gotta take this. Last chapter I said, well, more than likely Aokiji's going after pudding. People tried to tell me it was Caesar. For the people that did speculate it was Caesar, I'm not saying it was a bad take, because I even agreed with some people in the comments that, hey, it possibly could be Caesar. Didn't make sense to me. Caesar was flying away. He already got away. Why would we care about what was going on in the island if Caesar's no longer there? Okay, that was my take. Pudding was the main thing. Poneglyphs, of course. That's what happened. Pudding has been captured, and people like to talk about the pudding thing and dismiss it and say, hey, Oda didn't say or confirm that the three-eyed tribe. What about now? The fact that Aokiji went specifically to Whole Cake Island, Cacao Town if you want to be specific, and take pudding, someone that's a member of the three-eyed tribe, that's enough for me to understand or know she can translate the poneglyphs. I mean, if you don't think that's the case, then that's on you. That's all I can say. Now, if you're here for the first time, right? Watch a few videos. You may or may not have realized you're subscribed or not. Now is the time to subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Hit that button. And if you already subscribed, drop a like. Let's get it. This is major because this leads to so many different things with Blackbeard. And this tells me most cliche answer, we're in the end game. Is this what Blackbeard was talking about? If the world government isn't going to use it, I'm going to go take it for myself. Is it Hancock? Is it pudding? Is it actually, I mean, it's not law. We'll talk about law towards the end of the chapter. But holy crap, like, do you guys understand how major this is? Blackbeard just got his hands on someone that can transcribe the poneglyphs, and now he's going after Rubbings. But why was he going after Bora Hancock? He wanted her devil fruit. What's the specific reason for that? We have to do some more research to connect everything so far. And Blackbeard, meticulous, but boy, oh boy, we're gonna talk about it. I don't want to last too long because people say, Brago, the reviews are getting longer and longer, and they're gonna continue to get longer and longer because the chapters are getting more fire and more firer. Let's continue. After the cover story, it's hard to come down, right? Because it's, we gotta bring it down a little bit. Because we're back to Luffy and those guys, and they're dressing up, right? We're at Fashion Nova. And it's the prototypical, every arc it happens where the Straw Hats and the allies that's with them, they change clothing to fit the environment or just the place. And Luffy changed into a fit. I don't like it. I'm just gonna say I don't like it. Bonnie, Big Eater, what they call her that? I like Bonnie's fit a lot. What Bonnie got in this chapter was the prototypical spread or look that Nami normally gets. Yeah, I'm saying it. Bonnie for Straw Hat. Okay, I obviously don't mean that, but no, it's not possible. No way. Like, Bonnie has her own crew. Let's not dwell there. I don't know if it feels like a setup to me, but the clothes popped out. Even asking, like, why did the clothes pop out like that? Because we got Police Kuma popping out here saying, yo, hey, what are you doing over there? Did you pay for that? Man, it's like, it makes sense that they have Kuma patrolling the Kuma's police. And people are saying that Zoro, that's the demand that he's asking for one of those outfits because anyway, I don't know. Kuma looked a little weird in the police uniform, not gonna lie, but he's straight up just attacking them because they stole something. I'm like, well, I guess you could try to arrest them first and try to get the stuff back. You're like, nah, it's on site, baby. What I loved about this scene is that we have Monkey D. Luffy just calling out the entire place saying what's gonna happen. I would have liked to see Bonnie's reaction to that, but Bonnie was so focused on what was going on because it looked like her dad in Kuma. And more I'm starting to believe that Kuma is her biological father. It just makes the most sense based on what Oda's been setting up. I was saying, well, he's probably not biological, just somebody he adopted. But I'm starting to wane a bit about Kuma being her biological. That's probably the popular opinion. And I'm probably 70-30 on Kuma being the biological and Bonnie being adopted or taken in some way. I think once a week after chapters like this, just randomly in the middle of a conversation, just say Goda, right? Even if the person doesn't watch One Piece and they're just there, just say Goda. Like, what are you talking about? No, nothing. Let's continue our conversation. It's What were you saying about mac and cheese? It's just appropriate at this point. Either way, let's continue. So for me, it kind of feels like a setup. Like no matter what, this Kuma was coming to annihilate the Straw Hats and Bonnie. Now Luffy is in the middle of really messing up this pacifista, but Bonnie, because she's seeing her dad, she's saying, hey, don't do that. That's my father. And again, something I noticed after reading the chapter and doing the breakdown was that they weren't privy to the fact that she was talking about Kuma because she did not clarify. In my head, I thought that they just assumed it was the right person and Oda was saying it was the right person, but it was clear after going back and rereading that they had no idea that she was talking about Kuma, right? I meant to talk about it in a separate video, just didn't get around to it, but they weren't clear. And now they know for certain Kuma is her father, the person that was turned into a cyborg. That's why, no, it's not cool. No, it's not fun. It's pretty messed up. And that's why Bonnie's reacting the way that she's reacting, because she's like, yo, bro, like, regardless of what goes on, this is my dad. I'm looking at my dad right here, okay? It's like, that's my dad. And the crazy part is every time in these moments, I always wait for Luffy's reaction to see how he's going to react to things. He's going to think about his dad and his family. No, Luffy's like, yo, get out of the way, bro. He don't care about Dragon for real. I mean, I feel it. His interactions with Dragon have been minimal at best, but damn, that's your pops, G. We'll have that interaction at some point. But that moment with Bonnie was pretty touching. I'm not going to lie. Made me tear up a bit. You know, I didn't tear up. It made me sad because, like, god dang, like, imagine the trauma, right? Of every time you see a pacifista, because she was in Sabaody and pacifistas were in Sabaody, and every single time one of them get destroyed or messed up, you're thinking about your dad. They're like, damn, could that be my actual dad? You don't know for certain if it's your dad. More often than not, it's a pacifista, but you don't know that in the moment. You're just seeing your dad getting annihilated by multiple different people. It's triggering. PTSD, that's tough. So coming from the first act to this part of the chapter to now the final act, Oda's like, you know what? I'm gonna drop it on y'all one more time. We started here, went here, then we went back here, okay? So, woo, where the hell do I start? So now we're at the second half, and that's pretty much Zehaha. Okay, I saw the Zehaha. I was like, okay, we're back here. He's not letting Blackbeard let up, huh? We're gonna continue to follow Blackbeard and all his shenanigans until we figure out what's going on. It's still up in the air, but Zeha, let's continue. So imagine my shock when we're continuing and we're pushing forward, and I see Law, but not only Law, I see sexy female Law. I'm like, oh. Okay, this is now canon. I bought this so long ago. However, this is something that didn't think it would ever be possible. Gender bent Law. It's canon. I would say Oda made it just because of this figure. Just because of this figure. And now it's here. All right, now it's here. Either way, Law's gonna make us act up a little bit. And it's so crazy. Law is so hot that his crewmates are kind of lusting after him, and some of his crewmates are turning into women as well. It's a fantastic moment. I'm like, Ivankov? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's Blackbeard. Did Blackbeard somehow manage to go and take Ivankov's route? But no, Ivankov, he was in Kamabaka Kingdom with dragons. So did Blackbeard again find the Revolutionary Army's hideout? I'm like, wait, what is going on? Oh, none of that. I was wrong on all of those speculations. Like, imagine if the chapter ended there. Blackbeard took Ivankov's route. Blackbeard went to Revolution. We would be so wrong. Oda's so good at this. Okay, there's a reason why One Piece has been so good for so long. Oda's so good at this. Before I reveal the answer, if you haven't read the chapter, you just listen to me ramble on about everything that transpires and I'm your only source of what's going on. That's amazing. But you're crazy. I love you. Oda also uses Law to tell us about Haki, and this is pretty much confirmed, I think, back then when Law could not move Kaido and Big Mom. Well, here Law is saying you can counter Devil Fruit effects by unleashing and using a great deal of Haki. This tells me that Kaido and Big Mom at rest are always exuding an exorbitant amount of Haki that Law can't just shambles around. Of course, awakening makes things a bit more tricky. We'll talk about that in intricacies of such. But Oda is slowly but surely revealing some more links in regards to Haki and how it relates to Devil Fruits and how they counteract. I think it's fantastic. Do you? Now Oda decides to go full out. I've been saving this. This is for you. Early Merry Christmas. Here are the Devil Fruit powers of the Blackbeard Pirates. Here's what Blackbeard's been doing for those 2 years. He's been hunting Devil Fruit powers, and he got some of the best ones. So, first we're gonna start off with Doc Q. He has a sick fruit. This is a sick Negro. I think this would be my favorite one because, first off, he's a sick man that he has a Milady transformation where it turns men into women. First off, how the hell does that work? That's a real thing. In a way, he explains the weakness of his Devil Fruit. And again, I'm going to get into these specific Devil Fruits in much detail. I promise you. But for right now, we got to talk about Burgess. Okay, so the last time we saw Burgess, it was not a pleasant experience. There was a lot of bad things happening to him by hands of the Flame Emperor. Now, Burgess got so messed up that his face now, he kind of looks like a cyborg. I guess we now have Sabo to blame, but I remember after that fight, I was like, Burgess probably needs a buff. Well, Oda said, well, I'll grant it to you. Here is the buff fruit. Well, I'll be damned. I'm thinking this is just an amplifier, somewhat like Bondi World, maybe not as good. Maybe there's no real limit to it. There's no real calculator, it's just a buff on everything. And Burgess was a monster back then in Dressrosa. He just ran into Sabo. So imagine how strong he is now. I mean, he picked up a mountain. And to be honest, I don't think the manga is doing justice with how much Burgess can do. He picked up a mountain. Next, we have Van Uga, and well, he went and got a goatee and the warp fruit. I mean, as a man that is, you know, I kind of indulge in goatees myself. Whoa, that's a slick looking goatee. You think you are, boy? Shanks or B.D.A? Seriously, that fruit is okay. What the hell? The Blackbeard Pirates have leveled up, and I'm just thinking of the matchups that could happen because of this. And guys, I will get into these devil fruits because they are juicy. And here's the major problem. Law is by himself. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're saying that Law has his crew, right? And that he has people with him that can help him. And no, he doesn't. When are people going to understand that Law is by himself? There's no one there with him. John Bart, Penguin Sock, they're not leaving the submarine. This is Law versus Blackbeard versus Doc Q versus Burgess versus Van by himself. Shit, versus Stronger. And he has a new devil fruit. All I'm saying is, at this point, Law would be better off being by himself. Just join the Straw Hats, because this crew, they're not gonna get you anywhere. You're gonna die. You're dead. This channel's name is B.D.A. Law. I'm invested. Can you tell? Law should die here. He should die here. However, he won't, because, well, plot armor. And I think too much has been set up for him, and it'd be wasted potential if you just kill someone who just got a 3 billion berry bounty. I gotta think about what will happen. I don't wanna say exactly what's gonna happen. I have to think about it, but I'm scared for my boy. Right, I have to go through things. I'm a little bit emotional right now, if you can't tell. So I gotta kind of figure out how things are gonna play out. But guys, you can give me your thoughts. What happens to Law, man? Best results make it to tomorrow's video, because we're gonna talk about Law tomorrow and just the possibilities, the route that Oda could go with these devil fruits. And he could possibly be overwhelmed rather quickly. Again, Law can do a lot of the things that these new Blackbeard Pirates can do. And he's a hard counter to even Doc Q, and even Stronger, but there's only so much this man can do, right? And we have Blackbeard there, and Blackbeard could possibly have a new fruit as well. We don't know. Guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, best comments. Thank you to my members. Appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Okay, I start doubting me, I felt lost.